Heavy, distorted tobacco, distorted and ghostly, the sound of a crackling fire slowly fades in. In the summer of 1983, the neighbors in the Washington Gardens district of Kingston woke up to a smell they didn't recognize. It wasn't the smell of a trash fire or a cooking pit. It was the smell of history, turning to ash. Lee Scratch Perry, the wizard, the upsetter, the man who taught Bob Marley how to sing and the world how to dub, was standing in his backyard. In his hand was a jug of gasoline. At his feet, his masterpiece. The Black Ark studio was screaming in flames. Why would the most gifted producer in the history of reggae destroy the very womb that birthed the genre? Was it a mental breakdown or a spiritual exorcism? Today, we go inside the smoke to find the truth behind the Black Ark. To understand the fire, you have to understand the magic. In 1973, Perry built a small studio in his back garden. It was primitive, it was cramped, but inside these four walls, Lee Perry wasn't just recording music. He was practicing alchemy. He didn't follow the rules of physics. He buried microphones under palm trees to get a dead drum sound. He blew ganja smoke directly into the master tapes to bless the high frequencies. He even sprayed the equipment with holy water and rubbed his own blood into the walls. The results were impossible. Using only a basic 4-track recorder, Perry created a thick, muddy underwater sound that the billion-dollar studios in London and New York couldn't replicate. This was the birthplace of the heart of the Congos, Max Romeo's War Iron of Babylon, and the foundation of the Whaler sound. The Black Ark wasn't just a building, it was a living, breathing entity. But by the late 70s, the vibrations began to sour. The Black Ark had become too famous. It was no longer a sanctuary, it was a target. Gangsters began hanging around the gates, demanding money. Dread artists were constantly in his face, wanting the scratch magic for free. Perry felt the walls closing in. He began to believe the studio was being haunted not by ghosts, but by vampires. People who wanted his energy but gave nothing back. His behavior turned from eccentric to erratic. He began covering every inch of the walls in black marker insane symbols, X-rated drawings, and biblical curses. He was trying to cleanse the space, but the darkness was winning. He told friends the equipment was possessed. He said the tapes were talking back to him. The upsetter was becoming the upset. The morning of the fire wasn't an accident, it was a ritual. Lee Perry later claimed he saw bad vibes crawling like insects over the mixing board. He saw the greed of the industry and the corruption of the politicians infecting his holy ground in his mind. The only way to save the music was to kill the machine. As the gasoline hit the floor, Perry wasn't crying. Witnesses say he was chanting. He was freeing the spirits he had trapped in the tapes for 10 years. When the fire department arrived, the Black Ark was gone, the master tapes of unreleased Marley sessions gone, the secret techniques. Ash Perry stood in the ruins, famously stating, "I have to destroy it to build it again. I had to kill the ego to find the spirit." Many called him crazy. Some called him a genius who had simply reached his limit. But the mystery of the Black Ark fire tells us something profound about the roots. Reggae isn't just a business, it's a spiritual vibration, when that vibration is compromised by greed or Babylon energy. A true Rasta man would rather see it burn than see it sold. Lee Scratch Perry spent the rest of his life wandering the world, a nomadic wizard of sound. The Black Ark was gone, but its ghost still haunts every bassline in every club from Kingston to Berlin. The fire didn't end the legend, it made it immortal. Which mystical reggae moment should we explore next? Let us know in the comments.
I'm your storyteller for Reggae Roots. Subscribe to stay connected to the foundation. One love.